this is my lot. The past 8 years have almost been a blur. Like, some ways I've almost put my own life on hold. When you're focused on building something that's so much larger than yourself, you know, you kind of have to give your whole self to it. My name is Gwen Kaminsky. I am the Director of Development and Programs for Laurel Hill Cemetery, and I've worked here for 8 years. There's 75,000 people at rest here, and each one of them can provide us an example of how we could live, you know, at least in a place like Laurel Hill. Death is hardly an end. Death really is, in many ways, celebrated here. One of the questions that we get most often today, aren't you being disrespectful in some way? Contemporary culture has a very narrow view of what cemeteries should be. When Laurel Hill was founded, from its very beginning, it was intended as a place for the living. We actually predated the nation's public parks. We predated most of the nation's major museums. We were very much playing those roles. Sometimes I actually have regrets because I feel like I have scheduled my life around work. Our calendar is so full every year, and I'm so committed to making what is on that calendar successful. I was married in 2009 while I was working here, and I barely gave my wedding. I had no time for my wedding planning. But in the past 8 years, there have been a number of persons that have come in and that I've formed relationships with, planning for their final resting place and making their arrangements. And I then was the person, you know, taking their burial order when that time came. I haven't only been able to leave an impact on the site itself, but also on some of the people who have come into the site permanently. I'm the only person my age I know to own a cemetery lot. So I've given 8 years of my life to this place, and a little piece of me would always be here, and a little piece of Laurel Hill would always be with me wherever I went. The cemeteries are the stories of us, and whatever becomes of us, the reason why we even exist likely lies in earth, in cemeteries somewhere. So it's important to preserve that and to honor that, and that's what we're working to do every day.